When it comes to the world of video game villains, some stand out for all the right reasons, while others leave gamers wanting more. From horror to action genres, many villains have even outshone their story's protagonists. So with that in mind, here are some of the best and worst of video game villainy. 1. Sephiroth. Sephiroth is easily one of the most well-known and terrifying video game villains of all time. From his enigmatic demeanor to his Angel of Death, one-winged appearance, he's truly iconic. His connection to Cloud and the mythological basis of the character elevate him beyond the ordinary Final Fantasy villain. 2. Liquid Snake. Liquid Snake is a competent and mysterious antagonist. As a clone of Big Boss, he has a deep and intricate past. A masterful fighter and tactician, he poses a strong threat to Solid Snake at every stage. Liquid's intelligence, skill, and personal motivations make him one of the Metal Gear series' most engaging villains. 3. Ganondorf. Ganondorf is a fantasy villain whose presence looms over the entire Zelda series. Though vaguely characterized, he opposes Link and covets the Triforce. His permanence and iconic status have made him one of gaming's most famous villains. 4. Kefka. Kefka is psychotic and chaotic, evident in his laugh and clown-like appearance. He is one of the few villains to succeed in world destruction, forcing players to confront the consequences of his madness. His betrayal of allies and merciless carnage cement his place as one of the most memorable video game villains. 5. Frank Fontaine. Frank Fontaine is a manipulative schemer whose machinations drive much of Rapture's plot. Operating secretly as Atlas, he attempts to control the protagonist for his own ends. His trickster nature, long-term planning, and suave duplicity make him one of gaming's most compelling, story-driven villains. 6. Vile. Vile is a selfish and cruel Reploid with a hatred for others, setting him up as Mega Man X's archenemy. He is willing to harm innocents for no reason, and his independence from a master makes him a memorable villain. 7. GLaDOS. GLaDOS excels as an evil character, delivering humor, sass, and icy sadism in equal measure. Mocking and psychologically abusing Chell, she demonstrates how great villains should be written. The AI motif and her cleverly written interactions make her one of gaming's most original and iconic characters. 8. Vaas Montenegro. Vaas is charismatic, erratic, and downright terrifying. One of the most iconic villains in the Far Cry franchise. He toys with Jason Brody and pushes the protagonist to the brink of sanity, directly affecting the player. Layered and psychologically impactful, Vaas is unforgettable. 9. The Aliens. XCOM's aliens are daunting, intelligent, and mysterious. They drive players to adapt and strategize for survival, with motivations beyond simple conquest. Their otherworldly mystique makes them some of gaming's most engaging enemies. 10. Bowser. Bowser may not be scary or unpredictable, but he has undeniable charm. His simple, iconic design and straightforward approach make him memorable. While not groundbreaking, his presence as a villain remains effective and enduring. Now that we talked about some of the best villains out there, here are 10 that left us wanting more. 1. Prince LaCroix. Prince LaCroix is a self-declared vampire overlord with a tenuous grip on Los Angeles. His plans often unravel, and players can easily oppose him, making him an ineffective antagonist. His cackling voice is memorable, but he is ultimately unsatisfying as a villain. 2. Orin the Red. Orin the Red is all style, a chosen of Baal. Her shape-shifting antics and kidnapping plot never feel tense, and she's easy to defeat. Despite a threatening appearance, she lacks depth and engagement. 3. Arkham Asylum's Joker. Mark Hamill's Joker is charmingly malevolent, but the Arkham series undermines him with weak boss encounters and an underwhelming final showdown. Hamill's voice work is the only thing preventing Joker from being legendary in Arkham. 4. Genesis Rhapsodus. Genesis is more popular than effective. Often appearing late, he rarely impacts events meaningfully. His fan appeal is stylistic rather than substantial, making him a villain with little narrative weight. 5. Harbinger. Harbinger, the Reaper's agent in Mass Effect 3, is underused. Despite being positioned as a central antagonist, he provides no climactic battle, leaving players frustrated by his lack of substance. 6. Ridley. Ridley is iconic in Metroid, but has minimal personality. Appearing mostly as a boss fight, he is more a recurring challenge than a fully realized villain. His repetitive presence can feel tedious. 7. Darth Nihilus. Darth Nihilus is presented as an all-powerful Sith, but gameplay makes him easy to defeat. He speaks in unintelligible ways, relying on others to interpret him, which fails to convey true menace. 8. Lyric. Lyric is widely considered one of Sonic's worst villains. His generic appearance, voice acting, and overpowered plan feel disconnected and unengaging. He frustrates rather than entertains. 9. Derek C. Simmons. Derek C. Simmons is a generic, slimy bureaucrat in Resident Evil. His cliched motivations and sudden transformation into a superhuman T-Rex strain credibility. His role as a villain feels weak and unconvincing. 10. General Scales. General Scales from Star Fox Adventures is passive and unimposing. The ending battle is anticlimactic, and the story gives little reason to care about him. He is an example of a lazily implemented, unnecessary villain.